Vanessa Chamberlain will be played by
all right.
Anna Stewart.
I'll see you in about 20 minutes. I can't talk right now. Bye.
If that was Joe Bradley you were talking to, you didn't have to cut your conversation short. I already know that you are all as close as you ever were and that everything else was just window dressing for my benefit.
Diane, I don't know what you're talking
Please don't
about.
waste your breath, Vanessa. I went through all of this earlier with Joe, and I have no intention of having my intelligence insulted by having to go through it all again with you and your father. Frankly, I think the three of you deserve each other.
I'm going out for an appointment now. Daddy, I'll see you later.
No, I'll come along with you, darling.
No, I want to talk to you, Henry.
Daddy, you don't have to take orders from Diane. You can see her at your own convenience.
No, I might as well get it over with now, dear. You run along so you won't be late. Well, what did you want to see me about?
Oh, yes. Well, I was wondering when I could expect that first delivery of stock signed over in my name. Yes, I had a feeling that you might drag your feet on this a little bit. So I have worked out a delivery schedule that should keep anyone from becoming too suspicious.
You must be mad.
Must I?
Well, according to this schedule, I'd be totally divested of my interest in this company inside of 3 years.
Oh, yes, I know. I tried to work it out so that you'd be completely powerless long before that, but I couldn't manage it. I'm sorry.
Oh, well, you must know what Alan would think if he knew what you were trying to force me to do.
I really don't think that we need to go through all that, do we, Henry? I know that you would never dream of telling Alan. However, if you should be so foolish, I would simply be forced to take Vanessa to lunch, tell her all about her half-brother, Sean Ryan, who could show up at any minute now and claim half of Vanessa's expected inheritance.
But Alan would find out. He couldn't help but notice if you started controlling this much of the company's stock.
Alan is very preoccupied these days, in case you hadn't noticed. Besides, that's an area of the company that he's always left to me. He trusts me implicitly.
Well, that was his big mistake. He should have looked into your background. Then he would have found out about that fraudulent deal you were involved in San Diego that sent your poor employer to prison.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Maybe I have a little threat of my own. Alan should know the kind of woman he's trusting
I was startled for a moment, Henry, that is all. But if you know all about my employer's swindle in San Diego, then you must also know that I was completely cleared of any blame. I didn't go to prison. Now, that is a matter of record. So I guess you're right back where you started from, aren't you? But you'd better be very careful, or I will have to go over this schedule again and cut another year out of your time here. Now, I expect that delivery of stock, that first delivery of stock, by the end of the month, no later. I'm sorry that you're going to have to take such a tremendous loss on it, but, you know, that's the price people have to pay when they keep guilty little secrets hidden away all these years.
We'll continue with part 2 of The Guiding Light in a moment.
Jackie, come on. I want you to go home now and forget all about that.
I wish I could. I just keep seeing it.
Don't worry, I will take care of it. Oh, and listen, when you get home, tell Justin to call me tonight. I'll probably be at Carrie's.
I'll tell him.
Thank you. Take care.
Hi, Ross. Hello, Jackie.
Oh.
What are you doing here?
I was here to see Sarah. How's Hope doing?
Fine. She left the hospital. I'm going to go over and see her in a little bit.
Oh, well, give her my best, will you?
Yeah, well.
Take care of yourself, Jackie. Hello.
Hi. There's something bothering her?
Oh, I'm sure she's still worried about Philip.
Yeah, well, I'm sure that they're going to be worried about him until they decide they can tell him the truth. Say, how are you coming on that, getting those stocks out in the market of Amanda's?
Well, I still haven't got it all done yet, Mike, but I am planning to repay all the money that I borrowed from Amanda to buy those stocks, and I'm still going to send you all the accounting on it, too.
Yeah, well, the reason I asked, I'm not trusting you or anything like that, but the reason I asked is that Ben and Jennifer had asked me about it at a party at Ed's the other night, and I told them that you'd come to me on your own and explain what the Springfield Investment Company is all about, and I did that to give you a chance to make things right.
Thank you, Mike. You stuck your neck out for me. I'm not about to let you down.
I didn't think you would. I want to go talk to Ed the lead ceiling.
Yeah. Ed. Oh, Katie.
Hi.
Hi. Listen, I haven't had a chance to talk to you since that unfortunate business with Andy Norris. I want you to know I understand what you must have gone through. I'm sorry about it.
Thank you, Ross. I appreciate that.
I wish there was something I could actually do, but time is the only remedy for these things, I guess. Anyway, you keep your spirits up. Talk to you soon.
Fine.
Katie?
Yeah,
How you doing?
I'm fine. I just had a bit of a chat with Ross. He seemed very kind and understanding about everything that went down with Andy. It's like someone I never talked to before.
Yeah, I've noticed that in him myself. I think it's because he's going with a new girl.
Oh.
And I think she's responsible for it.
Good for him.
Say, Katie,
Yeah.
Mike and I will be down in the cafeteria having some coffee if anybody needs me, okay?
Sure.
I can imagine how startled you were when that clerk at the club thought you were Alan and came over with an urgent message from Rita.
Yeah, I wanted to get the phone number, but the message said that Alan already had it.
Mike, I can't help wondering if there's still something going on there.
Now, Alan told me that he didn't know why Rita wanted her whereabouts kept secret. I don't know what I believe at this point. But I'm going to try not to let my feelings for him make things any harder on Hope than they already are. And that's certainly not easy.
Oh.
I got here as quickly as I could.
Did Diane walk in on you while we were talking on the phone?
Yes, that's why I had to hang up so abruptly. She gave Daddy and I the same song and dance she obviously gave you this morning, so I guess there's no point in keeping up pretenses any longer.
Well, there's a word for women like Diane, but I won't use it in front of you.
This should make you work all the harder to get information on her past to help us get rid of her once and for all.
I've already sworn to myself to do exactly that. Even if it means going to San Diego and Omaha and St. Paul all by myself. You know, I'd love to see how she'd react with someone else in the driver's seat. And I intend to enjoy that privilege no matter what.
I know the feeling. Now, tell me, what did you find when you searched Alan's room at the club?
Only Rita's address and telephone number.
That is wonderful. I will have this typed up immediately and sent to Ed anonymously.
Well, the letter's really hot, so I don't think I'm sending the real thing.
Oh, this is beautiful. I love the part where she finally admits to Alan that she loves him. It's obviously the first time she ever told him that, judging from the way it was phrased. I'll send Ed a copy, of course. But this should make him all the more determined to get rid of her. Joe, you are an angel. Thank you. This is the best, brightest news I've had in days. Now, I'll take care of this first. Then we can put our heads together and try to figure out how to deal with Diane permanently.
The sooner, the better.
Absolutely. I hate what she's done to all of us. Especially Daddy. She's treating him like a schoolboy.
I have my own idea on how to even the score with Diane, but it would require breaking into her apartment again without getting caught. I could break her hold on everyone, make a bundle at the same time.
What are you holding out on me?
Well, I can't talk about it yet, but maybe someday soon, Alan will see what a viper she really is. And what a fool he was to ever trust her.
What happens if my suspicions about your involvement with Roger Thorpe prove to be true and they finally come out? That would crush Hope, and you know it would. When you've lived the kind of life you've lived all these years, it's not easy to do a total turnaround in the past, not come back and haunt you. Or maybe you're one of those people who can't really change because their past won't allow them to.
Well, I thought
Alan Michael tucked away in his beautiful new nursery, and I think he's finally nodding off to sleep.
Yeah, I thought I'd better leave him to you. I was having so much fun. I would never have allowed him to go to sleep.
Alan, I was so surprised when I saw the nursery, how beautifully painted and finished it was, and all the beautiful toys. Thank you.
I have to share the credit for that with Bert. We did it together.
Well, thank you both, but I'll tell you, between your painting and carpentry skills, I think you've missed your true calling.
I'm not so sure about that. I have to tell you how much I love watching you with our son. You handle him so naturally. I'm still terrified every time I pick him up.
I think that will pass.
I hope so. I want to spend as much time with both of you as you'll allow.
Alan, I really meant what I said at the hospital after Alan Michael was born. I mean, any time you want to spend here with him, please do.
Thank you.
I ran into Emily on the way out here, and she asked me if you might be staying for lunch.
That's up to you.
Well, I really think you ought to, because I'm going to give Alan Michael his first bath in his new home this afternoon, and I think you ought to see how it's done.
Well, I hope I'm better at that than I was at changing his diaper.
I know. If your business associates could have seen you fumbling with that needle, they'd look at you in a different light, Alan.
It feels so good to laugh with you again. I've missed that.
I have too.
Looks as if our son is already bringing us closer together again on his first day at home.
I'll go tell Emily you'll stay for lunch.
Dr. Ed Bauer?
I'll take it. He's not in right now. Can I sign for it?
Sure, you got it.
There's no return address. From his secret admirer of his. Got him two gifts and roses in one day.
Really? Who was it?
Nobody knows. Dr. Barrow just reads the card and smiles and doesn't say anything else. Hi, Katie. Hi. Hello.
Hello, Sarah.
Sarah, I'm sorry I'm a little late for our appointment, but I stopped by to pick up Barbara because we're going to have lunch later. And then I'm going to meet Vanessa because we're going to discuss her plans. Barbara, why don't I look for you here or in the cafeteria after I finish with Sarah?
That'll be fine. Don't you worry about me now.
Okay.
All right. Katie.
Good to see you. How are you?
Well, I have been so busy getting the house ready to close up so I can go to Switzerland, and you and Henry Chamberlain and Bert and Trish have all kept me all so busy that I don't know how I'm doing.
Oh, it's the best way to be. Really.
I suppose you heard Trish stop when she was talking about Vanessa. Well, that's because, you see, they're going to the Copper Lantern, and they're going to, well, they're going to talk about the change of the plans and about hiring a lot of new people, and, well, Trish has really been very kind to me. I mean, she's done everything possible to make it as easy as she could.
I heard her divorce went well.
Katie, you know, you're the one person that I'm really concerned about. Look, you're young. You have your whole life ahead of you. I don't want you to spend one precious moment of that time grieving over Andrew or what's happened to him.
Well, I'm doing my best not to, but I have a lot of feelings tied up there, you know.
Mm-hmm. I got a letter from Andrew yesterday, and I wanted to share it with you. I really do think it's something you should read.
Barbara, hello, how are you?
Hello, Henry.
Oh, Katie, Derek told me that Mike was coming over here to see Hope before she was discharged. Do you know where I might find him?
Well, Hope left early, and Dr. Bauer and Mike are in the cafeteria.
Oh, good, thank you. Barbara, I only have to see him for a minute. Would you care to have some coffee with me?
Well, thank you. I'd like that very much.
Oh, Barbara.
Yes?
One thing. Would you give Dr. Bauer this?
Oh, yes, I'd be glad to. And when I come up to meet Trish, I'll pick up the letter.
Thank you.